So good morning students. Now we'll start with the another article from this multivibrator, that is 555 timer. Now this is the one of the most versatile linear integer circuit in the 555 timer. So Signeti Corporation first introduced this device as the SE/NE 555 in early 1970s. Okay. Now it is a timer circuit which will be used for the number of applications there. I will show the block diagram of that 555 timer. Now, but this device will be since its debate, the device has been used in a number of novel and useful applications. A sample of these applications includes monostable and unstable multivibrator. Since its debate, the device has been used in a number of novel and useful applications. A sample of these applications includes monostable and unstable multivibrator that we are going to see here. Now it is used in digital logic probes, waveform generators, analog frequency meters and tachometers, temperature measurements and control devices, infrared transmitter, burglar and toxic gas alarms, voltage regulators, electric eyes, and many others. Now the 555 is a monolithic timing circuit that can produce accurate and highly stable time delays or oscillations. The time basically operates in one of the two modes, either as a monostable one-shot multivibrator or in the unstable, that is free running multivibrator. The device is available in the 8-pin metal can. It is an 8-pin IC. So this device is available in the 8-pin metal can and 8-pin mini DIP or a 14-pin BIP. Now the figure shows the connection diagram and the block diagram of the 555 timer. The SE555 is designed for the operating temperature ranges from -55 degree to +125 degree Celsius, while the NE555 operates over a temperature range of 0 to +70 degree Celsius. The important feature of this timer are these: it operates on the +5 to +18 volt supply voltage in both free running unstable and one-shot monostable modes. It has an adjustable duty cycle. Timing is from microseconds through hours. It has a high current output. It has high current output. It can source or sink 200 milliampere. The output can drive TTL and has a temperature stability of 50 parts per million ppm per degree Celsius change in temperature. So now we just see the block diagram of the 555 timer and its pin connections. Okay. So this is the diagram of the pin that will be shown here. Okay. आता पहिला जो डायग्राम आहे हा वरचा, दिस इज द 555 टायमर कनेक्शन डायग्राम आहे, आणि जो खालचा आहे हा दुसरा जो आहे दॅट विल बी द ब्लॉक डायग्राम. ओके. So in this first diagram we will see the pin numbers and its connecting connection diagram. So pin 1 is ground, it is shown here. Then pin 2 is the triggering. Third is for output. 4 is resetting. 5 is for control voltage. 6 is for threshold. 7 is for discharge, and 8 number is for supply positive VCC. Okay. So the first figure shows the 555 configured for monostable. First figure shows it's the pin connection and pin numbers and its functions, and the second figure shows the block diagram of the 555 timer. Now pin 1 is the here it is a ground, so all voltages are measured with respect to terminal. So pin number 1 is the ground, आणि जेवढे काही व्होल्टेज आपण जे मेजर करतो ऑल व्होल्टेजेस दे आर measured with respect to this terminal. This is the ground terminal. Okay. Now pin number 2 is known as the trigger. The output of the timer depends on the amplitude of the external trigger pulse applied to this pin. The output is low if the voltage at this pin is greater than 2/3 VCC. However, when a negative going pulse of amplitude larger than 1/3 VCC applied to this pin, the comparator 2 output goes low, which in turn switches the output of the timer high. The output remains high as long as the output remains high as long as the trigger in terminal is held at low voltage. And the pin number 3 जे output है, बराबर है. So there are two ways the load can be connected to the output terminal, either between pin 3 and ground pin 1 or pin 3 and supply voltage VCC. ठीक है. Then the pin number 4 is reset. The 555 timer can be reset or disabled. Disabled by applying a negative pulse to this pin. When the reset function is not in use, the reset terminal should be connected to plus VCC and to avoid any possibility of false triggering. म्हणजे हे जे टर्मिनल आहे 4 नंबर, so using this terminal we can reset the or disable the 555 timer by applying a negative pulse to this pin. The negative pulse जर आपण या पिनला दिली 4 नंबरला तर ते रिसेट होतं टायमर. आणि व्हेन ज्यावेळेस ही जी पिन आहे किंवा हे जे रिसेट टर्मिनल पिन आहे, इफ इट इज नॉट इन यूज, then this reset terminal should be connected to the plus VCC to avoid any possibility of false triggering. Okay. Then pin number 5, it will be control voltage. It is the control voltage. And external voltage applied to this terminal changes the threshold as well as the trigger voltage. In other words, by imposing a voltage on this pin or by connecting a pot between this pin and ground, the pulse width of the output waveform can be varied. When not used, the control pin should be bypassed to ground with a 0.0 microfarad capacitor to prevent any noise problems. ठीक आहे. ज्यावेळेस म्हणजे ही पिन नंबर 5 वापरायची नसेल त्यावेळेस कंट्रोल पिन शुड बी बायपास टू द ग्राउंड with a 0.0 microfarad capacitor to prevent any noise problems. Then 6 number will threshold. This is the non-inverting input terminal of comparator 1. Pin number 6 is the non-inverting input terminal of comparator 1, which monitors the voltage across the external capacitor. Okay. Another pin number 7 is discharge. This pin is connected internally to the collector of the transistor Q1. When the output is high, Q1 is off and acts as an open circuit to the external capacitor C connected across it. On the other hand, when the output is low, Q1 saturated and it acts as a short circuit, shorting out the external capacitor C to ground. And pin number 8 is the plus VCC, that is supply voltage from plus 5 volt to 18 volt. Pin number 8 is the plus VCC. Pin number 8J is plus VCC. The supply voltage of 5 volt to 18 volt is applied to this pin with respect to ground. Okay. So these are the pin numbers and its functioning. Now we will see its block diagram. In the block diagram, we are seeing there are two comparators are used, comparator 1 and comparator 2. So as we see, number of pins will be shown. Here the first pin ground will be here, as be shown here, ground. So this is the ground. Okay. Then pin number 2 is the triggering. So trigger will be given. 1 minute, I will show you. This is the triggering. This is the triggering pin number 2. Then pin number 3 will be output. So output will be here. Then pin number 4, the reset. So here it will be reset. And then It has used the two transistors Q1 and Q2 here they are used. Then pin number 5 will be control voltage, and pin number 6 will be this is the pin number 6 threshold. Okay, pin number 7 will be discharge, and pin number 8 will be here plus VCC. So in this way, these are the pin numbers and its connecting points are shown here. Now, as shown in the block diagram, so two comparators are used here. Two comparators will be used here, and when we just see the pin number 5, that is control voltage. So whenever we have to apply an external voltage applied to terminal changes the threshold as well triggering voltage, or in other words by imposing a voltage on this pin or by connecting a pot between this pin and ground. Okay, so all these are the block diagram of this timer ICC. Now we have to study how it will be work as an monostable operation, how this can be used for the monostable operation. So already just we have seen that is monostable multivibrator is oftenly called as a one-shot multivibrator, or and is a pulse generating circuit in which the duration of the pulse is determined by the RC network connected externally to the 555 timer. In a stable or standby state, the output of the circuit is approximately zero or at logic low level. When an external trigger pulse is applied, the output is forced to go high, and that is approximately equal to VCC. The time the output remains high is determined by the external RC network connected to the timer. At the end of the timing interval, the output automatically reverts back to its logical low stable state. The output stays low until the trigger pulse is again applied. Then the cycle repeats. The monostable circuit has only one stable state, that is output low. Hence the name monostable. Normally the output of the monostable multivibrator is low. Now in the diagram it was shown, just I will show the diagram of the monostable multivibrator. Now according to this figure, second one, that B figure, initially when the output is low, that is the circuit is in stable state. Output is always low, that is circuit will be in the stable. It is a monostable, so it is one. It has only one. It has only one stable state. That is when output is low, that is stable state. So initially when the output is low, that is the circuit is in a stable state. Transistor Q1 is on and capacitor C is shorted out to ground. Transistor Q1 is on and capacitor C will be shorted out to ground. However, upon application of negative trigger pulse to pin number 2, so pin number 2 will be shown here. Yes, here it was shown pin number 2. Negative pulse is दाखवली बघा. It was shown negative pulse here. So this is the pin number 2 and this is a negative pulse. Okay, negative pulse will be given to the triggering. So after the application of a negative triggering pulse to pin number 2, transistor Q1 is turned off, which releases the short circuit across the external capacitor C and drives the output high. The capacitor C now starts charging out towards the VCC through RA. Okay. However, when the voltage across the capacitor equals 2/3 VCC, comparator 1's output reaches from low to high. which in turn drive the output to its low state via the output of the flip-flop. At the same time, the output of the flip-flop turns transistor Q1 on. The capacitor C though, it is now at that time capacitor C now starts charging up toward upward VCC through RA. Now, however, when the voltage across this capacitor equals to voltage across the capacitor equals to the 2/3 VCC, comparator 1's output switches from low to high, which in turn drives the output to its low state via the output of the flip-flop. At the same time, the output of the flip-flop turns transistor Q1 on, and hence capacitor C rapidly discharges through the transistor. The output of the monostable remains low until a trigger pulse is again applied, and then the cycle will be repeating. Another third figure shows the trigger input and the output voltage. So that will be shown here. But trigger input दाखवले इथे, output आणि capacitor voltage also shown here. Okay. Figure shows the triggering input, output voltage, and trigger input, output voltage, and capacitor voltage waveforms. As shown here, the pulse width of the triggering input must be smaller than the expected pulse width of the output waveform. Also, the trigger pulse must be a negative going input signal with an amplitude larger than 1/3 VCC. So, the time during which the output remains high is given by Tp equal to 1.1 RA into C seconds. Okay. So, in this way, this is the monostable operation, which is used by which is one of the application of the 5/5 timer. Now here the first figure is a figure, so that will show the only the block diagram of the IC 555 as a monostable multivibrator, and हा दुसरा डायग्राम आहे actual connection दाखवले कसे connection असते मग ती दाखवले. Okay. So these are the two, first A and B. These are both the diagrams are for the IC 555 as a monostable multivibrator, and third diagram shows the input and output waveforms. Okay. So this is the working of the 555 as a monostable operation. Okay. म्हणजे आपण पिन नंबरचे फंक्शनिंग बघितले आणि त्याचं ॲप्लिकेशन बघितलं. ओके. थँक्यू.